of. One that can be threatening to our pets, poinsettias.
Yeah, so they are very toxic. The leaves, the stems, they can cause some pretty severe gastrointestinal upset, vomiting and diarrhea. Can be cause dehydration and are very deadly. So really don't recommend poinsettias for anyone who has cats. Dogs don't tend to get into them as often, but cats really enjoy chewing on the leaves. It can be very, very toxic for them.
Any other thing that's toxic for pets that we should be aware of this holiday season?
So we really don't want them in the water of your live Christmas tree as well. There are some preservatives that they put inside the Christmas trees that they can drink the water and also become ill, vomiting, diarrhea, and not to mention it will dry out your tree and can lead to some hazards for your house as well.
That's very true. All right, now it kind of comes in waves. You all of a sudden get a tray of cookies from the neighbors, or a coworker has given you a bin of some fudge that they've made for you, and you've left it on the coffee table. Could be completely a problem for your pets. Talk about holiday treats, cookies and chocolates and such that could be dangerous for our furry friends.
Absolutely. So really from Thanksgiving on through New Year's is a very difficult time for veterinary offices and emergency clinics. It's the busiest time for pet poison hotline. They get the most calls at this time. Chocolate, all kinds of chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, baker's chocolate. People are cooking with different things now. And so people are leaving out the cookies, they're baking, they're walking away. People are baking a lot of bread. So unleavened bread, people don't think about when a dog eats that pan of unleavened bread. Once it hits their stomach, the moisture, it tends to rise and can cause a really bad problem with their stomach as well. So we've already seen many chocolate ingestions already at our clinic. So really want people to be hyper vigilant. Sometimes the lower milk chocolates aren't quite as dangerous, but when they are eaten in a larger quantity, it can cause a big problem.
All right, so that all being said, what are some of the ways we could be on the lookout for problems that our pets may have encountered during the holiday season? Because sometimes even if you didn't leave it out on the coffee table, you have no idea how your dog or your cat got into something. So what should we be looking out for?
Really any sort of gastrointestinal upset in your animal, if they're acting lethargic, drooling. One thing people forget about with kitty cats too is that they really like tinsel and string. So they'll pull ornaments, they'll pull tinsel off, and they can wrap around the cat's tongue. When they try to swallow, it can cause a really bad problem gastrointestinally, can lead to emergency surgery for them as well. So really, if you have a pesky kitty or a curious cat that likes to get into your tree, be aware that tinsel may not be the best thing for you. Also be aware if you have an animal that likes to chew on cords, to make sure that you've got your cords safe and that they're not chewing on the electrical cords that connect to your tree. We've all seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, know what happened to that kitty. It's a little bit extreme, but they can get into trouble when they're chewing on electrical wires as well.
Now, are there any ways that we can prepare in advance when we know that our vet's going to be closed for the holidays? Anything we could do in advance?
Be sure you talk to your veterinarian, know their hours, know if they're closing for holiday purposes, and know the number for the emergency clinic. We're really fortunate in Roanoke that we have a fabulous emergency veterinary service right here on Peters Creek Road. They're amazing, and they're working really, really hard in overtime. And so be sure you're aware of them. And if you end up there, please be sure to thank your veterinary staff for all that they do, because we have been working extremely hard the last couple of years during the pandemic. And I imagine it's going to be, now that the world's opening up a little bit, people are getting together, they're kind of forget about their animals, getting into things. So just be aware, be hyper vigilant. When people are coming in out of your house, know if you've got an animal that likes to bolt, and make sure that your doors stay shut. Just like in the 4th of July, stressful events, when people get together, have parties, are milling about, know if your animal is stressed out as well, and be aware that they may need to take a little time out, or make sure that they're safe and secure.
Excellent advice to keep in mind this holiday season. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Same to you. And stay with us.